Good morning. Today we discuss conditional statements. In the last session we discussed about the conditional statements, if else and simple if statements. In the last session we discussed if statement and if else statements. If you observe this both if statements and if else statements, if condition is true, it executes this block of statements under the if block. After executing this if statements, it continues the remaining program. If you observe if else statements, it has two blocks. One is the if block and else part. In the if part, it checks the condition. If the condition is true, it executes the if part, if block. If the condition is false, it executes else part. These block of statements are separated with curly braces. After executing any one of the block, it continues the remaining program. In this session, we are going to learn if-else statement and nested if statements. Now we will see one example how to find the whether the entered year is leap year or not. The year is leap if it is divisible by 4, and it should not be divisible by 100, or if it is divisible by 400. So the condition is looks year modulo 4 equal to 0 and year modulo 100 not equal to 0, or year modulo 400 equal to 0. We will execute this program in the Turbo C++ software. open the new file. Hash include stdio.h main int here printf enter here semicolon scanf percentage d percent here semicolon if here modulo 4 equal to 0 and modulo 100. save the file, leap.c, press OK. The file is saved. Now we will compile the program by clicking on compile. It is compiled. There are no errors, but only one warning is there. Ignore the warning and run the program. Run. Enter the year 1996. To see the output, press Alt F5. It is leap year. We will check one more thing. Control F9 for running the program. 2001. Now Alt F5 to see the output. It is not leap year. This is the leap year program. If you observe this program, we used if else statement. Whenever the condition is true, it is executing the if block statements. Whenever in the first time I entered 1996, the 1996 year is divisible with 4 and also not divisible with 100 or divisible with 400. The condition is true, it is executing the if block statements. Otherwise, in the next iteration, I entered 2001. In the 2001, in the second case, it executes the instructions in the if condition. The condition is false. That's why it executing the else block statements. That's why in the first case we got the output. It is the leap year. The condition is true. In the second case, the condition is false. It is displayed the output as it is not a leap year. If you entered 1900, it is not a leap year because it is not divisible with 4. In the second example, next nested if else statement. Nested if means inserting another if else in the either if block or else part is called the nested if else statement. Suppose if block or else block contains another if statement or if else statement, the construct is known as nested if else statement. Useful when series of decisions are invoked. The syntax is if expression 1, within that if block again some another if else block is there, if else condition. Else part, in the else part also again we wrote one more if else statement. Here we are writing if else statement within a if block and else block. This type of construction is called the nested if else statement. This is useful to check whether when the multiple conditions are there. For example, if I want to check if I want to check whether the candidates are eligible or not for a police job, first of all we'll check whether the candidate height is above 160 centimeters and the candidate weight above 50 kgs. At that time we use this nested if else statements. The flowchart is in first if statement expression 1, the condition 1 is true. It executes the if block statement. If the condition is false, it goes to check the expression 2. In the expression 2, if the condition is false, it executes block 4. If the condition is true, it executes block 3. In expression 1, in first if the condition is true, it executes if block expression 3 and again it checks the condition and the condition is true, it executes block 1. If the condition is false in the expression 3, it executes block 3. After end of this if statement, it goes to the statements of the remaining instructions of the program. We will see how we will find a largest number among 3 numbers. The algorithm is read 3 numbers A, B, C. If A greater than B, if A greater than C, display A as largest. Otherwise, C is largest. If B largest, place the value B into largest. If C is largest, place the value of C into largest, then display the largest value. The flowchart to find out the biggest number, start, read A, B, C values, compare the two variables A and B. If A greater than B, again compare the A with C. If A greater than C, in the second comparison, display A as largest. If A greater than B is false, compare B with C. If B greater than C, it is true, display B as largest. If B less than C, then C is largest. In this way, we can find the largest number. Observe the flowchart once again. First, we will compare the two numbers. In the first comparison, we will get the result. We will get one number, largest number. By using that largest number, again we compare the another number, remaining number, third number. If we will compare the resultant value with the third number. In that, whichever is largest, that will be displayed as the largest number. You will see the program. In this, we are declaring the variables and reading the variable 3 numbers, comparing the first variable with the second number, second variable. After we are comparing the second number. This is the program. Open the Turbo C++. I think something is wrong. Okay, Turbo C++ open. Click on the file menu. Take the new file. Type the program. Type the program as shown in the slide. Hash include stdio.h main function. Declare the variables int a comma b comma c semicolon printf \n enter 3 numbers \n semicolon scanf. For reading purpose we are using the scanf function. %d these are the conversion characters for reading the integer numbers. %d double quotes comma the corresponding variables address of a and %a comma and %b comma and %c. Close the scanf function. Now reading is completed. If a greater than b, within the if again we are going to write one more if else statement. If this condition is true, now we are checking whether a value and b value or whichever is largest. We are comparing a value and b value, which is large, a greater than b. If it is true, if a is greater, we need to compare greater value a with remaining number c value, remaining variable c. So if a greater than b, it is true, we need to check again with third number, that is c variable. A greater than c. If it is true, if it is also true, now we will declare, we can confirm printf a is largest, bigger, a is bigger bigger, semicolon. This is the if block. Within the if block, I wrote if. Again, if this condition is false, what should I do? If a greater than c is false, then I should declare c is greater, because in the first comparison I compared a with b. In the second comparison I am comparing a with c. If this condition is false, I declared c as big. Else printf \n c is bigger, semicolon, end of the else part, end of the if block. Within the if, I wrote if else statement. This is called if else ladder, if else nested if else statement. Now we'll see. This is the first case. Whenever we compare with the two numbers, that if the condition is true, it will happen. If the condition is false, what should it do? Else part, we will write if that condition is false, what should it do? We will write here. Again we will check else a greater than b. No, the condition is false. It comes into the else part. In this, again I will check if b greater than c. B greater than c. Then I will write printf b is bigger. Semicolon. End of the if statement within the else part. If this condition is false, it should execute the following statements. Else printf \n c is bigger. This is the program. If you observe the flow of execution, once again I am main function declaring the three variables. Printf, to interact with the user, we are printing the text, enter three numbers. By using the scanf function, we are reading the three numbers and storing the three numbers in variables a, b, c. In the first comparison, first if statement, we are comparing first and second number that are stored in a and b variables. If that a greater than b, if that condition is true, The condition is true means A is big, comparably B. If that condition is true, it enters into the if block. Under the if block, again we wrote if else statement. In the second if else statement, we comparing A greater than C. Already it is proved A is bigger than B. In the second if statement, we are comparing A with C. If this condition is also true, then we can declare, we proved that A is bigger than bigger. Comparingly among the three numbers, A is big. If this condition is false, in the first condition, in the first if statement, it is proved A is bigger than B. If the second if is false, then the ultimately C is bigger than A. That's why we are printing C is bigger in the else part. These if else statements are wrote in if block only. That's why we are closing these statements by using the curly braces. In the else part, if the condition is false, while we are comparing A with B, if that condition is false, it means A is less than B. So, under the else part, again we are comparing with B with C. If B greater than C, then we are declaring, we are concluding B is bigger. If this condition is also false, then we concluding C is bigger, because in the first if statement we compared A with B. If that condition is false, means B is bigger. In the else part, the flow of execution will comes into the else part because the condition is false. Here we are checking B with C, comparing B with C. B is greater than C. If it is true, we conclude B is bigger. If the condition is false, we can conclude C is bigger. In this way, we can find out the biggest number among the three numbers. To execute this program, we will save the program by click on Save option, give the file name as biggest dot c, save, run the program by clicking Alt F9 shortcut key. The compilation is successful with one warning. Errors are 0. Ignore the warning because it is showing the error void return something, main return something. Press the function should return a value, that is the main function. So now execute the program by pressing Ctrl F9. It showing one error message. We will see what is the error. Biggest function should return a value, that is the warning. Link error undefined symbol underscore printf in module. We type some mistake in the printf function. Something is happened. You will check where is that printf underscore printf. We will check from the beginning. Printf, it is correct. Here also printf, it is correct. No underscore. Here also printf. Here also printf is there. No underscore. We didn't find any underscore in our program. Once again we will run the program. Errors are there. What are there? Now linker error undefined symbol underscore printf in module biggest dot c. We will press enter. is, where is that? So again we will check where is the error. Oh, here is the printf, it is correct, spelling is correct. Here is the printf, spelling is correct, printf, spelling correct. Here the printf, spelling is correct, printf. But the C language is the case sensitive language. So here if you observe the printf in this, I typed capital P. Typographically I made a mistake. Now I am correcting with typing small p. C language is the case sensitive language. That's why we are getting the error. We will cross check, save. After saving, compile the program again. Yes, there are no errors. Warning is there. Ignore that warning and run the program. Control F9. Yes, now it is working. 23, 45, 67. Now to see the output, press Alt F5. C is bigger. Yes, it is correct. We entered 23, 45 and 67. If you observe these three numbers, 67 is the bigger number. In this way, we will find out the biggest number. Again, we will give one more example. Control F9 to run the program again. Enter the three numbers 1009, 988, space 12, 120. These are the three numbers. Alt F5 to see the output. A is bigger. If you observe, I entered 1009, 998, 120. In this, first number is bigger. So it is showing answer A is bigger. We will enter one more time. We will check. Control F9 to 65, 745, 456. We will check the output. Now B is bigger. In the first case, C is bigger. In the second case, second example, A is bigger. In the third case, B is bigger. This is the output. By using the nested if else statement, we are finding the biggest number. To close this one, hit. Now we will see how to check whether the given number is single digit positive number or not. The program to find out the entered number is single digit positive number or not. Hash include stdio.h void main int declaring the variable integer n, printf enter any number. By scanf function we are reading the number and storing that number in n variable. After that, we are comparing by using the if condition. If n greater less than or equal to less than 10. The single digit means 0, 1, 9, 2, 3 up to 9. If it is true, the entire number less than 10. If n greater than 0, printf, then entire number is a single digit positive. 0, 1 to 9. Else printf, the percentage is a single digit negative. Else printf, it is a multi-digit number. We will see one example. Here, if you observe, the entire number is stored in the n variable, n less than 10. If it is true, again we will check whether the entered number is positive or not by checking n greater than 0. If it is true, we will print the entered number is a single digit positive. Else we declare it is a single digit negative. Else we declare it is a multi-digit number. That means 0. These are the some quiz. Rewrite each of the following without using the compound relations. A. If grade less than or equal to 59 and grade greater than or equal to 50. Second is equal to second plus 1. How we will write? The answer is, if we divide the statements into single statements. If grade less than equal, under that, again in that if we will write if and like that. The above statement is the compound statement. By using the logical operator and operator, we combine two statements into one single statement. If m1 greater than 60 and m2 greater than 60, print admitted. Else printf not admitted. We can also divide these two single compound statement as like this, as a nested if else statement. Okay, thank you.